LOB Live on Bank Shares reporting 55 cents. The estimate.
Yo, what's up, people? How's everyone doing? Welcome. We're here. We're back. We're talking about markets. We're talking about stocks. There's a lot moving. It's earnings season again. And I'll be honest with you, I'm a little annoyed because I just lost some money on Polymarket. I just lost some money on Polymarket because of my own decision. You know, I made a bad game strategy. I didn't really prepare for the trade over here. I just quickly read the number and I pulled the trade, and next thing you know, I'm basically in a loser now. So I'm a little annoyed here. You could probably hear the pissed offness in my voice. I'm very upset. Then I just recovered a loss from yesterday. You know, such a quick recovery off that loss, but then right back into another loss, and this one is on me. This one is 100% on me. Very annoyed by myself. You know, first I was actually I was winning. The question was, will Churchill Downs beat earnings report? It looked like they beat earnings report originally because they came out with the $1.09 earnings report, but it looks like that $1.09 was actually adjusted EPS, not the non-adjusted EPS. So if you compared it to that number, they actually did not beat the number over there. So my news source only reported the adjusted, not the non-adjusted. So I got it wrong. Thank you, Benzinga. Benzinga fucked me on this one, but honestly, it's not Benzinga's fault. You know, it just happens sometimes. You just fuck it up, right? You just take a loss and you gotta learn from it and move on. Part of it was the rule cuck, but not really the rule cuck as much as my news source didn't really help me out on this one today. So usually they report, you know, is it adjusted or non-adjusted? He just said 109, and then instantly I heard it's above $1, and then I hesitated because you can see with hesitation I was only buying like a little bit at a time. I was like, oh, okay, let me buy. Oh, they're offering me a better price. Okay, let me buy some more. And then next thing you know, it just absolutely crashes to the downside, and I get trapped into this position, basically losing 100% of that value just after look at this, probably you won't see it over here, but just after recovering from a nice little loss myself on this account. So very, very upsetting, man. It's like, fuck, I get up and then I instantly go back down. Look at this. I just had a loss and I recovered it, and then now we're gonna go right back down over here, which is very annoying. Very, very annoying. But mistakes, you know, you make that mistake, so you can't be annoyed. You have to learn from it, grow from it, get better, and we'll see if we can do that. Currently, there's still lots of opportunities out there to go make some sweet cheddar cheese, make this money back that I just lost today. Oh, there's a mentioned market right now going on with whoever these guys are. Well, I know who the TBPN boys are, but Jeff Yan. Who the hell is Jeff Yan? I have no clue who Jeff Yan is. Oh, CEO and founder of Hyperliquid Labs. Okay, 2:30 p.m. Eastern. I'm not sure what time that is for. Oh wait, 2:30 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, it's my time, 2:30 p.m. Eastern. He hasn't shown up yet, or maybe he did. It doesn't look like he hasn't shown up yet, because these would have probably finished. So maybe Jeff Yan coming up soon. Some money making opportunity here maybe, but no, I'm just gonna ignore that for now. I'll throw in some sports bets later, and I'll try to grow this account again. But boy, I can't get over that little hump. I just keep walking into walls every single time. Sometimes it's my own fault, sometimes it's because I'm making a keystroke, which is also my own fault. Just gotta be better. Okay, let's talk about some of the stocks on the market today. Obviously, you had stocks like Tesla reporting earnings, IBM also reporting their earnings, Tesla reporting and actually cracking to the downside over here. At the same time, I mean, today the whole market was looking pretty bad, right? S&P 500 only down 0.5%. I'm saying only, but it looked like it was a doomsday across the board. Just the market screaming to the downside. Anyone who had any longs, they got absolutely crushed a little bit. You know, even people who opened new positions yesterday, like RR or some of the other hot flyers who have been very much in play recently, everything is just getting torched. Actually, QuantumScape making a nice move back over here in the after hours on the earnings move. So mainly earnings names are on watch for tomorrow, such as your Teslas, your IBM, which also crashed to the downside sadly, your Tesla, your IBM, Las Vegas Sands is another one. Nice little pop on LVS over here off of the earnings report. Gotta remember Churchill down. Is that something that we care about? Let's take a look at Churchill down. Probably not. We can ignore Churchill down, but the quantum names, they're still crushing to the downside, failing over here from their huge parabolic squeeze to the upside recently. IonQ, another one of them. There are other QUBT, QBTS, and so on, but those are not as important compared to the first two that I just mentioned. Any stocks that you guys want me to take a look at, feel free to throw it in the chat. But for the most part, it's just going to be the 2-3 earnings names, and then some probably poly market scanning for myself. Also, I have to get off the stream a little bit earlier today because I have to go take some pictures for a passport renewal. So probably going to be a shorter stream, but we'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Tesla. Let's talk about this one. Missing their EPS, pushing back to the downside. Already a bad day on the market, so generally not a good idea for Tesla to report on a day like today, because any weakness is just going to get extended more than you would like. So look how it basically had a, you can call it a dead cat bounce in quotes. It had a nice little bounce over here back up to the north side, but then pretty much giving it all back and going into the day's low on the earnings report, which is also right around these range lows. A little bit far away from actually these range lows right now, but my point is, I think I wouldn't be too surprised if Tesla goes all the way back into the 410s, 400s areas and breaks today's low. So keep an eye out for that. Any weakness around today's low tomorrow, 428, 425 area. If we're around there and looking weak on Tesla, I wouldn't be surprised with the bigger push down, especially with how the market looks like it's the wind, the sauce is getting sucked out of the market. You're not actually getting proper breakouts anymore. Any stock that is breaking out is getting pulled right back. For example, VRT, which reported earnings, they tried to make a run up and then they actually struggled a little bit afterwards, right? So IWM, that's a good example. 1.5% down on the day. Dow Jones, who cares about the Dow Jones except for this little kid in my Discord group known as Caterino? No one but him, except for him, cares about where did my flip-flop go? No one but except for him cares about the Dow Jones Industrial. But if you do, I mean, even that's on the red today, right? Even that is struggling. Microsoft, nice little green. Google, green. If I remember correctly, Google yesterday took a nosedive, but then holding off fairly well today, even though with the weakness on the market. There's some rumors about, well, not rumors, where there are comments from Amazon regarding Amazon, what is it? Breaking up Amazon. If a company is too big to break the internet, then the company is too big to exist in the monopolistic rules of America. So they want to now break apart Amazon into smaller companies because they don't want to see things like this happen where a US East server goes down and then half the internet goes down because of that, because everyone and their mother runs on AWS. Internet runs on AWS. America runs on Dunkin' Donuts, but the internet runs on US East 1 is a joke that Perplexity employee posted on Twitter, so I kind of stole that one. That's a fun joke to say out loud, especially if you're around some nerds, some internet nerds, some tech bros and so on. So yeah, internet runs on US East 1. That was a good one. Apple showing you that it's having a failed breakout after the most recent run up to the north side on that Apple 16, 17 boosted sales in China and in America, showing you that, look, this is, I kind of warned you guys about this not too long ago. I said when markets are bad, you can expect breakouts to start failing, so you got to start being a little bit more careful about the current environment, because breakouts will pull back. You got to buy it on dips, wait for markets to hold a moving average, look for a stock to hold a moving average, and then buy it on the dip and sell it on the rip. That's the best you can do. What happened? Was the squawk wrong? No, they just didn't report the metric I needed. I traded off the wrong metric. Oh man, what a mistake there. What a mistake. Just praying that someone comes in and buys out 1 cent, 10 cents, and 11 cents because they think that, hey, the company actually beat, and they come in and they buy up everything up to my position at 85 cents and I get out for break even. But I don't think that's happening. I think we're kissing this money goodbye, chat. This money is basically burnt. This one's done. $17 down the drain. Wah, wah, wah. All right. Robinhood does to the screaming in yesterday morning chat was loud. I don't know what the hell that means, TH. What does that even mean? Robinhood does to the screaming in yesterday's morning chat was loud. What? 70 minutes to events, 0 trades. For the mention events, I can't trade without your bot. Not much for me to do. Low. Print it. Internet outage. Robinhood. Okay. Robinhood crashed yesterday from the internet outage. There you go. I mean, you could have probably said these words out a little bit better, right? TH, you could have structured that sentence a little bit better. Robinhood does to the screaming in the yesterday's morning chat. What does that mean? But there you go. Now you're making a little bit more sense. Internet outage. Robinhood crashed because of the internet outage from AWS. Yes, market. I mean, it's crazy how much of the world is on AWS. I would say like 70%, 60% of the world runs on AWS now. I'm sure a lot of people actually have backups on like Microsoft and whatever Oracle, I guess, is the next provider, or Dell is the next provider. I'm not actually sure. But you know, you would hope that they have backups. You're telling me you just put everything in one egg, and if that egg cracks, you're kind of screwed. Kind of like what's happening over here in the internet world. If you go to my profile real quick, I think I tweet a lot. I tweet a shit ton. But this one over here is kind of crazy. They're saying they're going to build a 4-kilometer wide storage cloud. So that's a 5 gigawatt data center. Okay, that's a 5 gigawatt data center. That's a 4-kilometer wide satellite, and you're telling me that's going to float above the space 4 kilometers wide of it, and you're going to ship these little things from the USS Enterprise? Is that what it's called? I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, the USS Enterprise, right? So you're gonna ship these little cloud storage hard drives, whatever, into the docking station of a bigger 4-kilometer wide data center that is floating over the globe or over the earth, and you're going to block out the sun over what? India? You're just goodbye, India. You don't get sun for today. We're gonna block you out. Why? Because daddy needs to store grandma's pictures on the internet cloud. Oh, tomorrow we're gonna block the sun from China because, you know what? We need Sydney Sweeney's feet pics on the internet. Like, what are you guys talking about over here, man? This is ridiculous. This is absolutely crazy to think they're gonna build a 4-kilometer wide data center. I've actually heard, what's it called? The Amazon CEO, well, not Amazon CEO anymore, but Bezos also talk about how we're gonna build this in this space. Insane. Like, isn't 4 kilometers quite a big of an area to put up in the space? There's a lot of satellites out there too. Like, one asteroid and you're done. That's rest in peace to all the data in that data center. And if that's not backed up, and if the world is running on these data centers, that's so rest in peace, man. The only advantage of this I would understand would be the solar energy. It would be more cost efficient, and it would actually be a way for, you know, you guys have heard of what is it called in the 3-body problems, the ship in the 3-body problems, Atlas 2? No, I forget what the 3-body problem ship is called. There was like a awesome video visualizer for it posted a couple days ago that I liked. Maybe I can find it in my likes. Come on, where is it? Not like it? Had to have. There's no way I didn't like it. Guess I did in chat. I guess I didn't like it. Feels bad. Feels bad. I missed that. It's gone. It's gone forever now. Alright. I didn't like it. Let's get back to the market. Let's talk about the movers again. See if they actually moved a little bit. I want to see if Tesla pushed back into the downside. It did. It's kind of still hanging around near 430, and you can see these wicks are showing you that there's buyers around this $430 area. So that might be your go no-go signal. If we're staying above 430 on Tesla tomorrow, you want to be careful on shorting this, because even after that earnings report, we didn't actually manage to get below today's low. But if we're actually getting below today's low tomorrow, then it might be some fun activity on Tesla coming into play. Oh, I don't want to forget, tomorrow 1 o'clock will be my first stream with Stock Trader Network. So if you guys want to watch me host a new midday segment, create a 7-day trial account and watch me for 7 days on there. We'll have some fun in the chat every single day around, sorry, not every single day, every Thursday, I think, for now at 1 p.m. So come join me. We're gonna have some fun talking about the markets, and I think they'll build from there onto every single day at 1 p.m. I think that's the plan. We'll see if it plays out that way, if things go well. But yeah, come join. Go to Stock Trader Network, and it's stocktradernetwork.com, and sign up for the 7-day free trial, and then you can cancel it, obviously, if you don't want to continue after the 7-day free trial. Okay. Holding my Tesla call spread, says Angry Buddha. Yeah. Your options are something that I can't even talk about. I'm not really an options guy, so, and nor do I ever care to learn options, because it's just way too much, man. I try to stay away from things that are you know, that crazy. It's just easier for me to play with stocks. Stocks are so simple, and I don't have to scratch my head like 15 million times as to what the hell is going on with these gamma, delta, theta, rho, blah 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 blah. It feels like I'm in a fucking Greeks class. Like, no thanks. I'm just gonna stick to stocks, and when people talk about options, I just like, yeah, oh cool, oh gotcha, I see, done. That's the extent of my conversations go with people when it comes to options. However, today on Stock Trader Network, they had Options AI CEO Cecilia Gator on, and then he was I think today was his first show. He's gonna do an options show himself every Wednesday 1 p.m. I think. So that's gonna be a fun one to tune into and learn from for myself. For someone who's very options regarded, it will be a good one to not be regarded from by watching that. Looking like, you know, big tech stocks are kind of just waiting for their own specific earnings names to come out, earnings catalyst to come out. Already you had Netflix yesterday, you have Tesla today, and usually there's a trend where, ooh, Netflix did manage to crack all the way to the downside. Look at that. We said 1,000 yesterday. We were about $100 away from 1,000 marker on Netflix. Looks like Netflix is actually crumbling. But what I was saying is, usually when Netflix does something, Tesla also, if Tesla also does that, then that tends to be the trend for the most part on earnings. And so you got to be careful now, because now that we're seeing Tesla miss, now that we're seeing Netflix miss, it's a very good chance that some of the other big high flyers over here, even the non-Mag 7, ANET, A-Labs, all these names will be on watch. Even some of the smaller ones, Soundhound, RGTI, you'll see it's how funny it is watching RGTI's earnings report. They make no money, but then how big of a run up that stock had, right? So it's just a wild situation over there. People were too infatuated with RGTI at one point, and now they don't want the stock apparently. Let's go over here. Show you guys the other earnings names tomorrow that are reporting real quick. Just waiting for my mom to text me, because she's gonna come pick me up, and then we're gonna go take pictures for passport. She and I need both passport pictures. American Eagles tomorrow pre-market, Honeywell tomorrow pre-market, Hasbro, Nokia, Southwest Airlines. I was looking for Southwest Airlines. It looks like they actually report tomorrow pre-market. I thought they reported today after hours. Never mind. Alcoa reported today. We can jump to that for a second. But a pretty good watch list for tomorrow to build upon. American Airlines, Honeywell, Hasbro, Southwest, T-Mobile. Those are good names over there for a day trade. Quickly, we're gonna go back to QuantumScape and Alcoa before I get my phone call to get off over here. I really like how QuantumScape completely reversed back into today's high, and if the stock is able to, oh, look at that. I was gonna say if the stock is able to get above 15 and stay above 15, that's gonna be a very good indication. And right now, it's really struggling to. I shouldn't say struggling. It's fighting to do that. It's fighting to stay around 15. So any buying in this area or above this area would be a good indication for more upside. But right here you can see how it actually got above 15, tried to go to 16, and then got slammed back down from 16. So it looks like you might want to be a little careful with that 16, 1630, 1620 zone. If we're staying above 15, most likely going back into 1620. But then if we're struggling around 1620, you want to be careful. Make sure you're locking in profits. If we're not struggling around 620 and then we're just continue run to the upside, that's going to be a monster trade to keep an eye out for. QuantumScape previously was what do you call it, EP, almost an episodic pivot, lots of volume, a big spike on the intraday price and intraday volume, and it's kind of sustained a lot of that volume since. You can see how volume didn't really die off after that one-off event. Usually if it's just a one-off event, it will die off very quickly. But even though you know, volume kind of died off after that, it picked right back up. We kept going to the high side. This company's basically turning a book now. They made some deals, if I remember, they made some deals with Ford and so on. I can't remember exactly who they made deals with. Volkswagen, was it Volkswagen? Das Auto? But yeah, they made some deals with some companies. They turned a book. They were now turning almost complete 180, and sadly a little bit of a breakdown over here. But the fact that we are completely reversing today's move in the after hours is very good. So I want to see the stock holding at the very least above this 1450 lows. You can see how this most recent range low is around 14 to 1450 area. At the very least, hold that 1450, go back to trading around 15, and then strength above 15 potentially takes the stock to 1620 or higher for a swing trade and so on. So QuantumScape is a good one to keep an eye out for tomorrow for sure. IBM, sad that IBM got slammed back down over here. Again, same idea. You generally don't want to see a name that you're interested in at the very least. Maybe the one you're interested in, yes, but not the one you are holding. If you're holding a position, you don't want to see them report on a day like today where the market got beat up so quickly, because any negative report will just kind of open up the downside. So that's kind of what you're seeing over here on IBM. But from my recollection of reading the earnings report today, they were actually not that bad. So expecting them to hold around 270. If we're not seeing buying near 270, then I think that opens up the room to the downside. So yes, I know the line that I drew says 270, 255. I'm gonna give that leeway room down to 270. Let's see if the stock pulls down to 272 to $270, and then if it's able to find some buying in the area to look for that juice jump back to the north side. I already said Tesla. I think we are expecting it to 400 if it does come back into play, but that will really depend if it gets under today's low or not. That's the earnings names. Ooh, we forgot Alcoa. Ooh, there could be a short coming in on Alcoa here, but if I think that should be around the 200-day moving average right now. Are we at the 200? Yeah, we're at the 200 right now. There could be a short below 35 into the 200, but I'm not that interested on this trade really. Like, if it's showing you weakness below 35, there could be a short into somewhere into these ranges. But if it's not showing you weakness below 35, then it's not really interesting for the short. Maybe it gives you a long above 35 into 36 where you're risking, you know, a couple pennies and you're getting a easy 50-cent move, an easy $1 per share move. But I'd much rather look for the short, right? I'd much rather look for the short, follow the trend, the stock's trend in the after hours, and the earning is originally down, and then a pop right back up. See how it's trying to reclaim 35? If it's not able to reclaim 35, then there's a short. But if it does reclaim 35, maybe you get a move to 36. So something around those ranges to keep an eye out for on AA. That's basically all she wrote for the earnings names today. Not really too interested in Lamb Research, but LRCX if anyone cares. Ooh. I'm still pretty butthurt about how to the butthurt about losing my money today, man. 17 bucks is nothing, but it's just like making rookie mistakes is so annoying. I just reclaimed the loss and now I'm going right back into a loss. Someone buying up? Oh, are they? Please buy it up. Buy up all of these and then run it back to 85 and then buy up by 85. I would love for anyone who did that. Come on, guys. Come on. Just buy it up. Oh, Prad. Why do you gotta make idiotic mistakes? Okay, let's go take a look at the econ calendar because I think next week is FOMC. So keep an eye out for that one. That's obviously a very important decision for people. Day traders, investors, hedge funds, they're all going to be watching this information when it comes out. That is the interest rate decisions on the 29th. Right now priced in at a 96.7% probability that we are going to get a rate cut. But with the do we have any CPI prints or anything coming up before that? That might sway the decisions, right? If we're I think the Canadian one came out today. Some important economic number for Canada came out, and that didn't look good. So that makes me worried that Canada's not going to decrease interest rates this month. We'll see if they do. This is the IPO calendar. Ooh, big IPO at the end of the month. Something to talk about over there. Let's filter this. Big IPO end of the month. Some more IPOs over here, actually. Decent size IPOs. $200,000. Not interested. $200,000 over here at Therapeutics Company. That one looks a little bit better. So only two that matters. MapLight Therapeutics and Navan Inc. at the end of the month. So we'll talk about that one very soon. I'm looking for... Where is... There you are. But... Econ calendar. What is tomorrow looking like for the econ calendar? Jobless claim numbers, those are important. FOMC Bowman's talking tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Bar at 10:25. Tips at 1. Is that 1 o'clock? Yes, tips at 1 o'clock. So 8:30, 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Make sure that you're tuned in to the market moves because you could get a random market swipe one way or the other. It is earnings season, one of the best seasons out there, one of the most lucrative seasons out there. So make sure that you are trading the names that are moving, trading names that have a catalyst to be involved in. Otherwise, you're just asking to get beat up, okay? Trade a name that has a catalyst to begin with. Trade a name that has some volatility, hopefully in new ranges. That means Tesla, not so much. QuantumScape, not so much. What was the one that actually was in a new range? I just took a look at it. IBM could go into a new range if it breaks that low. Some of these could go into new ranges if they do break their lows or highs, so that will make it interesting. Netflix, you can look to short the pop on this one. This one potentially has a little bit more bleed left in it for the next few weeks coming into play. Down 10%, and if I remember correctly, there was like a whole anti-Netflix movement going on, people talking about canceling Netflix subscriptions and so on. So that could cause some problem for Netflix going forward. AT&T, big dive over here, but then completely pulled back after that dive. Will be interesting to see how today's VWAP, which is also earnings VWAP, comes into play. If we're above today's VWAP, there's no shorts on AT&T. So you want to make sure that AT&T is looking weak below today VWAP. If it's a name that you're looking to trade. Okay. Any other names that are interesting for you guys? I mean, there's always those high flyers. BYND getting slammed back to the downside. Beyond starting from $1, going to $7, and then now back to $3. So These names are kind of coming back into play. I can't remember what the catalyst was for beyond 2 billion shares traded. My God. So people are, making millions of dollars on Twitter on the stock right now. So you got to make sure that you're watching the right stock on the day. I can't tell you what the right stock tomorrow is, but the earnings names are kind of in the C setup, in the B setup baskets. But the A setup basket, that's going to be on the fly tomorrow. What stock is moving on the fly? What stock is moving with volume? What's it catalyst? Is it a small cap? Is it a large cap? What's the reason behind it moving? So there's so much that we can't predict based on the stock market, and that's the beauty about it, right? People have been trying to predict the stock market for years and failing at it, and here we are, the most perfect way to trap people in that scam. It's like, hey, you think you can predict the market? Here, come predict the market, and let's see if you can get it right. If you think that the stock is going to beat its earnings report or miss on its earnings report. So people come in, they put their predictions. For example, look at Tesla. A lot of people predicted that Tesla would beat its earnings report. $600,000 has been traded on this market. A lot of people were predicting that Tesla would beat its earnings report. What happened? They did not beat their earnings report. They got absolutely slammed to the downside. Hey guys, where can I get private market for this event? What the hell is this guy saying? Private market? I think he's meaning like information. Anyways, you can see how absolutely people got destroyed. Anyone who was holding, let's see, who was the biggest holder? 9,000 shares over there, 7,000 shares over there. On all of these guys were mostly buying at the 80 cents, 90 cents, because like, where are you able to get it besides elsewhere besides that, right? 70 cents, 80 cents, 90 cents, that's where you're buying, and you're losing so much money on these trades, sadly. So people think that they know how to predict the stock market. They don't. How long have people been trying to do that on the actual market itself and been getting beat up? What's the rule? Like 99%, not 99, 90% of the people fail. 90% of the people give back 90% of their money in 90 days or something like that. I just love to see that play out over here too. Sadly, I think it's playing out in my account also. So my account over here bleeding. I just made it back today, man, and it's so annoying to fucking give it all back on a mistake. Oh, whatever, we'll make it back tomorrow. There's still tons of markets. We still got tons of cash. We still got tons of opportunities. And even if I blow up this account, I'll have to refund this account, even though I don't want to. I don't want to blow up this account. We're just gonna have to stick to our rules, our risk management, and trade properly. And I for sure did not risk management this one. I put in way too much money in this one. And I also traded it wrong. I just didn't read the rules right. I traded it absolutely wrong. So many things could have been done differently over here. Hopefully my pain is a lesson for your gain in the future. I've been dabbling with the weather markets over here. Already proposed. What the fuck is being proposed? Final outcome? What? Is it resoluted? What? Whoa! Where did the proposed go? What? Am I tripping? I swear we just saw propose over here. Did we not? Like, what? I'm tripping, chat. I'm tripping. Whatever. But here's a thing that I did on the weather market yesterday. This is pretty interesting. I googled what is New York City's highest and the lowest weather range tomorrow. I did that yesterday night, and it basically said expected 65 to 66. So I saw that this was trading at a very low price at 10 cents. So I put in a bid at 10 cents. And then today morning I woke up and I was watching this go up. It kept going up all the way up to 30 cents. And then I was like, oh, maybe I do have a chance to win. I'm not even going to care. It's only $1. I'm just experimenting. I'm just not going to care. Then I said, no, that's stupid. That's the wrong mentality. That's how you start becoming easygoing and not caring about your risk management, and then you make these type of mistakes, right? So let's do some research again today. So I opened up my tools and I looked at the ranges, and the range said 64 high at 2 p.m. Usually 12 to 2 p.m. is the hottest time of the day because the sun is right above you, and then later on the sun sets and then it's not above you, it's not as hot, it's colder, and we're going into winter. So I figured, right around 1 o'clock, well, they're offering me this position at 64 cents. So I said, okay, I'll buy it at 64 cents, because what are the chances that it's actually 65 to 66 when it's already so late in the day? Like, it's 1 p.m. It's already so late in the day. The temperature shows 63. The chances are it's not 65. So I actually ended up buying this at 64 cents, and this managed to be a winner over here to the north side. So that's a pretty good trade. So I'm dabbling with the weather market a little bit. I think there's some opportunities over here to partake in. Tomorrow's market already in play over here at the moment. There's some bets being placed, people saying 39% probability that's going to be 58 to 59, and then I'm gonna go off stream and do my little research and everything, and then I'm gonna try to figure out how to play this. But boy, oh boy, oh boy, I'm so tilted. I'm gonna go get the pictures done. I'm getting my messages now, so I'll see you guys tomorrow for the final stream of the chat, final stream of the week chat, and yeah, go make some money. Good earnings names out there to trade. Peace.